am a physician in New Jersey. Last time I saw her was May 13, and she was perfectly healthy. She has a habit of calling me on her way back to work, and I did not sense any problem. The celebration was me practicing as an internist for 20 years, and I was burnt out. And I'm like, since I was a plastic surgeon in Nigeria, let me diversify and go into aesthetics. So I had held this open house. The mayor was there. It was a celebration. That was 29th of September, 2023. Come 4th of October 2023, first client on my seat. I got a call from my daughter's phone, and I picked it up, and it was a doctor at the other end. And she says, oh, my daughter says to get consent from you. She's going on a ventilator. She's going on a ventilator. For what? We're intubating her. So I looked for a ticket, and I flew south. When I got there, I walked up to her, and I said, you shall not die, but live to declare the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. They understood that I understood what they're talking about. So they brought the labs. They were interviewing everybody from her children to her husband. It was a lot of interview to me. They could not place a finger on what was going on. My other son in Detroit is a physician. She flew in. The last one is an attorney in Los Angeles. She flew in. So we all gathered there and couldn't make sense of it. Fast forward 8 days later, she was extubated, weaned off the ventilator, had a feeding tube, had to learn to walk, but that is not the testimony. She went home after 2 weeks. 5 days later, second client, I had rejoiced that it's all over. This time around, it was her calling, Mom, I'm getting intubated. Mom, I'm getting intubated. What? I flew south again. It did not look good. Brain had no waves. She hadn't made urine in 3 days. The doctor simply told me she had 72 hours to live. It was at that point my sister had shared NSPPD link to me a while back, and I never opened it. So I was exhausted physically, emotionally, and otherwise. So I lay down on the bed and I opened this link around 1 a.m. Eastern time zone. When I opened it, I was falling asleep. And suddenly, what did I hear? Your daughter is in ICU. They say it's liver failure. It's not liver failure. If it is you, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. So I checked back up. Yes, there's blood everywhere. If it is you, it is not liver failure. Put it on the live stream. So I woke up and I listened throughout the night and never left NSPPD any morning. But something happened. I got the and I went to that ICU and took a selfie with a smile on my face with a daughter I had been told was dead. Then I called the attendant and I said, I'm flying back north. I have patients to take care of. He says, we told you it's 72 hours. Why don't you hang around? I said, no, I'm leaving. So I left for New Jersey and we shared cell phone numbers. Monday I called, no change. Tuesday morning, I saw a call coming from this attendant. And honestly, I was terrified. When I picked up, he says, Doctor, I don't know what happened. We came in this morning. She was not sedated for 8 days and she was in coma. She woke up and asked for a pen and paper to write something. And I have a picture of the scribble that she put there. So they asked me, since she's awake and looking at us, what should we do? I said, extubate my daughter. They're like, no, she hasn't made urine. Her liver enzyme is in the thousands. She's had 22 FFPs and she's pouring blood. What should we do? I said, I told you, extubate my daughter. So they went ahead and extubated her. And I waited on pins and needles to see what happened, all the time being on the altar. 2 days later, I got a 911 call from the hospital. What is going on? Your daughter is not obeying us. She's eating a burger. She has not had swallowing evaluation. She has not been cleared to eat. She's MPO and she's eating a burger. So I said, did she choke? They said no. Is she complaining? They said no. I said, give her 2 burgers. Two days later, I got another 911 call from the hospital. This time around, she's missing. She's not in her room. I said, how can someone be missing from an ICU? Security is looking for her. Then they called back. Oh, we found her. What happened? Did anyone carry her away? No, she's walking laps. Physical therapy has not worked her. She doesn't have a walker. I said, okay, did she fall? They said, no. I said, let her walk 7 laps. What God cannot do. Then they did a cognitive test and told me she can't practice as a physician anymore because of the anoxic brain damage that she failed it. So she did the test, called me and was crying. I said, go and sleep. I'm going on the altar. 2 days later, I said, go repeat that test. She says it is 1,850 and the insurance pays once a year. I said, I'll pay it. Don't worry, go take it. She sent me a text, 100%. As we speak, she's doing a 9-day stretch as a hospitalist in her previous job. What God cannot do does not exist. Thank you, Pastor Jerry Eze. Because, without you, it would have been the dragon took my labor.